Stop wasting your Sunday on repetitive tasks. A simple automation could handle for you. No code, no manually configuring APIs, no technical jargon, just connect, test, and run. By the end of this video, you'll have a simple blueprint for automating the boring parts of your day without touching a single line of code. Subscribe to Crypto AI Meta right now, because what's coming in Section 6 will save you from a very expensive mistake. Why you don't need to code. You've been lied to. Automation was never just for programmers. Somewhere along the way, automation got dressed up in scary words to make it sound exclusive. It's not. Today's visual automation tools, Zapier, Make, and N8N, let you connect a trigger and an action without building an app from scratch. When this happens, do that. Simple workflows can be entirely no code, though deeper N8N setups can get technical. If you're comfortable connecting your own accounts and following a guided setup, you can build a basic automation. No programming required. You don't need a computer science degree. You need 10 lazy minutes and a task you're sick of doing by hand. Think about what actually eats your week. Retyping the same email reply, downloading the same attachment, copying numbers from one app into another. None of that requires a human brain. It requires a rule. Once you see your day as a stack of small rules instead of a stack of tasks, automation stops feeling technical and starts feeling obvious. But knowing you can do this is one thing. Picking the right tool without getting frustrated is a whole different fight. The tool everyone's sleeping on. Most beginners open 10 browser tabs, panic, and give up. Here's the shortcut. 3 names to know: Zapier, Make, and N8N. All 3 are drag and drop. Connect apps you already use, no code required. Zapier is often the easiest on-ramp for beginners and currently advertises integrations with more than 9,000 apps. Make gives you a visual map of your whole automation, which is great once you're chaining more than 2 or 3 steps together. N8N is the most flexible of the 3, but it leans technical. Expect credentials, webhooks, and self-hosting once you go past the simple stuff. You pick a trigger. A new email arrives. And an action. Save the attachment to a folder. The platform handles the plumbing. Zapier and Make both have permanent free plans with usage limits. N8N's hosted trial expires. Its free community edition never does, but only if you're willing to self-host it yourself. Pick one. Zapier if you want the gentlest learning curve, and resist the urge to bounce between 5 different tools before you've built a single thing. Don't overthink the choice. Every one of these platforms can do the basics. The differences show up later once your workflows get more ambitious. For this demo, we're using Zapier, simplest setup for a first build. The same trigger and action logic carries over to Make and N8N. Your first automation, step by step. Start embarrassingly small. Small is the entire strategy. Here's a real one, step by step. Step 1. Set your trigger to new email received. Step 2. Add a filter so the workflow only continues if the email has an attachment. Step 3. Add an AI step that reads the email text and drafts a short summary. This is the actual AI part, a model reading and generating, not just a file getting moved. Step 4. Save the attachment to a named Google Drive folder. Step 5. Send yourself that AI summary so you can approve or edit it before anything goes further. 5 steps, no code, and the busy work of reading and filing is already done for you. Test it with a few examples, including one with no attachment and one with messy formatting, before you trust it with real data. Then watch the first few live runs before you stop checking. This is also where most beginners quit early. They build the workflow, it fails once on an edge case, and they decide automation doesn't work for them. It almost always just means one more test case, not a dead end. Notice what just happened. 3 separate chores: checking for attachments, summarizing text, filing a document, collapsed into one workflow that runs the moment an email lands, without you opening your inbox at all. Swap the details, and the same shape handles dozens of other jobs. A new order gets summarized into a shipping note. A customer complaint gets categorized by urgency. A long meeting transcript gets condensed into 3 bullet points before anyone has to read the whole thing. That's the real blueprint. Pick a trigger, connect an action, map the fields, test it, then turn it on. One workflow like that already saves real time. Multiply it, and here's the shortcut for doing that fast. The copy-paste blueprint for repetitive tasks. Here's the lazy secret nobody tells beginners. You don't have to build from scratch. Most automation platforms have template libraries, pre-built blueprints other people already made for common tasks. Search the template library by task name, copy it, then connect your own accounts and map the fields it asks for. A good template skips the structural work, not all of it. This single habit, reusing templates instead of building from zero, is the difference between people who automate for years and people who quit after one weekend. Good candidates: a Gmail to Sheets template that logs every new lead, a Form to Slack template that pings your team instantly, or a template that drafts social captions for you to review and approve before they post. Even boring back-office chores count. Expense receipts filed into folders by month, calendar invites synced across 2 accounts, invoices reminders sent automatically 5 days before they're due. None of that is glamorous. All of it adds up. The templates aren't cheating. They exist because thousands of people already hit the same wall you're about to hit, and someone already mapped the fix. Once you've got 2 or 3 of these running, the temptation is to stack 10 more at once. Don't. Here's why that gets messy fast. Stacking automations without breaking anything. Every automation you add is one more thing that can quietly fail while you're not looking. Add one automation, watch it run for a few days, only then add the next one. In N8N or Zapier, set up an error alert so a failure actually reaches you by email or message. Don't assume every failure will surface on its own. Name every automation something you'll actually recognize in 6 months. Automation 47 will mean nothing to future you. And keep a simple list somewhere, a note, a spreadsheet, of what each one does and why it exists. You will forget. Everyone does. Check in on your running automations every couple of weeks, even the ones that seem to be working fine. Apps change their layouts, permissions expire, and a workflow that ran perfectly for months can quietly stop without telling you why. Think of it less like installing software and more like adopting a small pet. It mostly takes care of itself, but it still needs the occasional check-in. Now let's talk about the part of this industry that deserves genuine side-eye. The brutal truth about AI agents. Stop buying courses that promise an AI agent will run your entire business while you sleep. Some products marketed as fully autonomous AI agents are really a Zapier or N8N chain with one language model step bolted on. Others genuinely select their own tools and adapt mid-task. The term gets used loosely, so don't assume either way without checking. Either way, they still need a human checking the output, especially anything customer-facing or money-related. Ask a simple question before you trust any agent pitch. What exactly does it decide on its own? And what happens the moment it decides wrong? If nobody can answer that clearly, that's your answer. Don't buy the hype that no code means no oversight. AI tools still make mistakes, and an unsupervised automation can repeat a mistake very quickly, at scale. Don't let a new automation independently send money, publish to customers, or delete anything on its own. Start with human approval and logs, and only loosen supervision once it's proven reliable. If a course's entire pitch is "make money while you sleep, zero effort," that's a marketing line, not a guarantee. Treat it the way you'd treat any bold income claim. The genuinely useful AI agents on the market do something specific and narrow well. Drafting replies, sorting tickets, summarizing calls, not running your business. If a pitch can't name the specific job the agent does, that's a sign it's mostly marketing. So how do you actually start without falling for any of that? Here's your real next step. Your zero coding action plan. You don't need 10 tools. You need one habit, repeated. Step 1. Pick your single most annoying repeated task this week. Step 2. Find a template for it in Zapier, Make, or N8N. Step 3. Connect your accounts. Step 4. Map the fields it asks for. Step 5. Test it with a few examples. Step 6. Turn it on and watch the first few runs. Give yourself one new automation per week, not per day. Lazy doesn't mean rushed. It means not wasting effort on things that don't need it. If a task is genuinely one-off, skip it. Automation is for the things you'll do again next month, not the thing you're doing once. Track what each automation actually saves you. 10 minutes here, 20 there. It won't feel like much on day 1, but stacked over a month, it's real hours back. In a month, you'll have 4 or 5 small automations quietly doing work you used to do by hand, and you still won't have written a single line of code. Three things to remember. Start small. Reuse templates instead of building from scratch, and keep a human checking anything that touches money, customers, or irreversible actions until it's proven reliable. Subscribe to Crypto AI Meta. We cut through the hype so you don't have to.